Good Friday evening, everyone. Or it might be Saturday morning where you're at,
Right.
or it could be Friday morning. No, it wouldn't be Friday morning. It would be Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Maybe in
Some
Europe.
places it's yesterday.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
I can't keep
we
track.
had somebody from where Nepal. Who knows what day it is over
Yeah, but
there?
I was
So,
thinking it was the day after. Anyway, I
Leonard
don't know.
Davis says hi all.
Hey, Leonard.
Tessa, hi Tessa.
Hey, Tessa.
Todd Scholes, Donald Spicer, Bruce Peter.
Hey,
well,
Bruce.
they're ganging up on us early.
Yeah.
They were
That's
all
great.
probably all lined up, ready to go.
Right.
Jason Hellickson, Larry Carey,
Mary Carey from
Outstanding.
Healdsburg.
Gary
Um,
Loeffler. I'm sorry, I'm just going to go through some of these. Jim
Sure.
Jewell, Susan Alexander, Renee Manning.
Hey,
Ryan
Renee.
Rhoten. Hi, Ryan.
Renee Manning. That
George
sounds
Scott,
familiar.
Bill Ross.
And Ryan.
Michael Considine.
Why-
Tessa says she was waiting. Scott Boslow, Donna Beckenmeyer.
Cool. We got a good group.
Frank's here. Hi, Frank. Brian Coulter. Coulter. Clay
Okay.
Bowles, Terry Eugene, Joseph. Okay, sorry. Go
All right, you guys, let's get into it. So, first thing I want to talk about is I got a phone call today from somebody that's watching, Sue Alexander, and I got a great success story. I'm going to shorten it, Sue, because we just don't have that much time. But basically, she hasn't been happy with her signs. And through a series of circumstances, she found out she wasn't cleaning her bits, and that the tip was broke off of her profile bit. She didn't realize it, but when she did, she got another bit. Anyway, basically, she made another sign, and she made it for somebody that does her landscaping, and she wasn't too sure whether she was happy with it, but she was okay with it. And Sue, you can correct me down the road somewhere. But anyway, her landscaper that ordered this sign didn't speak really good English, but wanted to make absolutely sure that it wasn't CNC done, that it was done freehand. And she said, yeah, that's all I do is freehand. And as it turns out, when they came to pick up the sign, it looked like they were very disappointed and very concerned. The two guys were speaking Spanish back and forth. Sue didn't know what the conversation was about, but they didn't look happy. So she was assuming that they didn't like the sign. But then one of them, I'm sure it was only a few seconds, but it probably seemed like, a few minutes to Sue. One of them said, I thought you didn't use a CNC machine. She says, I didn't. I did it by hand. So this was the sign. So when they found that out, they were super happy, very happy that she did it freehand.
Hold on, give me just a sec.
And Sue is doing a great job. And it looks like it's turning into a lot more stall sign business for her at the place where this one is hanging. They want signs for all the horses. So
And that's great because we've had that over the years. We've had people that we've made signs for that have said, well, what kind of a machine you use to make these? We tell them, well, we do it freehand. And they said, oh no, I said, it has to be done with a machine. But that's what you can do freehand. You can do anything freehand that can be done with a machine, but it takes a little longer, and you just have to practice, get good at it. But
Jason McGarrell is here from Ireland.
hey, Jason, he tunes in every
Yeah,
week.
what day is it in Ireland?
Ian Levine, he's the one that just did that.
He's the one that wrote a really neat poem for Vicky. Yes.
He says it's a little, he's in Yorkshire and it's 2 o'clock.
2 a.m. Saturday, I would assume. Earlier than here, or I don't know. Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
later. Yeah. So anyway, congratulations, Sue. So happy for you. What a great story. And I know many of you that are watching. One of the best compliments you can get is when your customer thinks it's done on a CNC. So that's really cool. That's really, really neat. That's a great feeling.
Mark Dugan says it's 2 a.m. Saturday morning in Wales.
Mark normally doesn't stay up.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Mark.
Jason says it's 2 a.m. Saturday.
2 a.m. Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, in
Hi,
Europe
Gary.
it sounds like. So we're doing a giveaway tonight. We are giving away a red
Don't you?
2X. What? Yeah, a red 2X shirt. So, we'll be doing a trivia question later on. So, I know there's going to be a bunch of questions. I got an email. I want to go over something. I got an email. From, actually, I can't remember right now, right offhand. And they said that they were having a tough time after they sprayed their carving. They were using the black primer, Rust-Oleum black primer, and they weren't able to get all of the black off. So I don't know. He didn't go into a lot of detail other than the fact that he was using 80 grit sandpaper. So if you guys have been following very, very long, you guys know that I generally, and I don't know what kind of sander he was using, but I have found, and I've got this feedback from other people, that when you're using a random orbital, it won't take it off as fast. It'll give a smoother sand.
Is that what he was using? Was an orbital?
I don't know.
Oh.
All he said was 80 grit. So I
Okay.
don't know whether he was using a random orbital or a belt sander. My hunch is he might have been using a random orbital, because there's a lot of people that are really hesitant about getting the feel of a belt sander.
Yeah, it's belt sander is better for your initial removal.
Yes.
But it sounded to me like he was just spraying it too heavy.
Well, that was, and so I wanted to kind of go through the possibilities of what could be going on. Number one, 80 grit. I always start with a 50 or a 40 to get off most of the black, and that's using a belt sander. Sanding
With a
with
light touch.
yes,
Very light
sanding
touch.
with the grain, and what will happen is that won't load up like an 80 grit would. An 80 grit will load up. Number two, chances, like Dad said, chances are you're spraying too heavy so that it's not coming off, especially with an 80 grit. So that's kind of a double whammy kind of thing. The other thing is the random orbital, as compared to a belt sander, the random orbital is not going to take it off near as well as a belt sander. However, I learned something about sanding not too long ago, that this is our random orbital. This has got a rough belt, something that Vicky's been sanding some resin. So this is just a little $60 random orbital that I bought not too long ago. We actually had one that broke, and so that I went down to replace this, but I didn't buy this one. What I did buy, because I liked the pistol grip look to it, I bought this. And now this isn't random orbital. This is a disc sander. And I looked at these and it was like, well, those are pretty much the same. They take the same discs. They're pretty much the same. They are not. Not even close. So I started to use this because I hadn't bought this yet. Remember, our other one broke and I didn't get this yet. I started to use this and I had a heck of a time trying to figure out how to use it. And it's very difficult to use if you've never done it before. And I just gave up on it and threw it in the bin, and I went and bought one of these. But, however, then I put the handle on it and realized how you're supposed to use it. And this thing is a beast. This thing, Vicky will attest to that. This thing is a beast. When I first started trying to figure out how to use this, I was making that sign for Jeremy out of that big piece of mahogany, the Countryside Workshop, and I was just having a heck of a time with it. But once I realized, I put the handle on, I realized how to use it on the leading edge here, or at least that's how I'm doing it. If I'd used this for sign making before I'd ever used a belt sander, this is what I would have preferred. This thing is a beast. This thing will take off that black like twice as fast as a belt sander. Now, if you're building a piece of furniture, if you're building a tabletop that you need a perfect, level to it, this is not what you want to use. But making signs, as far as I'm concerned, if you look at it from an edge and you've got a little wave in there, it makes no difference at all. especially if you're putting epoxy on it, resin, because that will anyway. But this thing is a beast. This will take that black off literally, and that's probably with it even with an 80. Although this is a rougher, I think this is
I
rough.
think it's probably a 40.
This is an 80. This is an 80. This will take that black off even if you do overspray, which I'm not telling you to overspray. I bet this would take the black off in 20 seconds.
But,
It'd be
What it
gone.
is.
but keep
Somebody's
a light,
asking
keep
what-
a light touch, because
they're
it'll take a
asking
lot
what
of.
it is.
This is a disc sander.
A DeWalt.
A DeWalt DWE6401DS, but it's the disc sander.
You
It'll
know,
take
if you
it'll
can
take
get
the
them-
black off, but it'll take a ton of wood off too. So be careful.
Yeah.
And well, somebody asked if we put it in our store, so I'll have to look and see.
Yeah, we can put the. It's
if-
not
if
in there
we
right
can-
now.
Well, we didn't get it on Amazon.
No, I bought it at
Yeah.
Lowe's or Home Depot. But this thing is, it is amazing. This is what Vicky uses now to take the drips off the back of her tables, and it
Cuts the timing.
The resin,
Yeah.
the resin,
the
drips.
resin, yeah, the resin drips. So, but like Dad said, learn to use it and be very light touch with it because it'll take it off in a hurry. But if I was to be honest, if I was going to carve signs on site again, which I haven't done in several years, I think I would use a combination of these two. I would take all my about 90% of my black off with this, and then I would finish sand it with this. That would be the combination that I would use now. Simply because this would save me time. When you're out carving on site, you need stuff that's going to be quick and save you time. This would definitely save time over a belt sander. Anyway, that's just my.
Well, I'll look for it and see if I can get it in the store.
This thing is awesome. It's great. And honestly, I didn't think about it, but when we were up at Reclaim Secrets in Vegas, talking to Andrew up there, he had the Bosch version of this. He had the Bosch version of this, and he says he takes, when he fills with resin, he takes it off with this. And I think this may be as good as the Bosch. I don't know. But it is amazing. It's a great tool. Terrific tool. So, if you're not being able to get your black off, two things. You're probably using a random orbital sander. Go to a belt sander or one of these. Learn how to use it with a light touch. And you're probably 80 grit. I would go coarser than that. And that should do it for you. This gentleman said that he eventually gave up and ran it through his planer, which you guys know we do not suggest that at all. Eventually, you'll lose a sign from something chipping off. Anyway, sanding tips.
And abrasive planer, if you've got a roll abrasive planer, that's acceptable. You can use those. But if you have a planer with knives and you run a carved sign through it, it'll chip the letters off, and you got to start all over.
But the problem with that is the biggest problem with a planer, abrasive, or a knife is the fact if you've got a cup in your board, it will just screw you up.
Yeah.
It just will. You'll lose all your carving, and you won't have all the black off. Anyway, that's that. Huh? Next. Got an email from Bull and Tabitha earlier in the week, and they thought a good question or something to bring up on this live would be custom layout templates. Vicky can do and does custom layout templates on a regular basis, but there's a couple little things that you got to remember. So let's say, for instance, you wanted a custom template of a blue whale, whatever. What you would need to do is send Vicky the image. Go find the image that you want. Google is your best friend. Just Google the image you want. Put line art or clip art or silhouette. Find the image that you want. Email it to Vicky or send her a link to it. Say, this is what I want. And then she can let you know whether it's something she can do. Because there's a lot of stuff out there that's artwork that does not translate well to doing layout templates. They fall apart and they just don't translate well. So if you want a custom layout template, you want to do you want to do a Chevy pickup,
Well,
whatever.
as an example, I got an email today from a guy who carved a sign, but he wanted a template of a beagle to put on each corner.
Right.
And that would be, if we don't have a beagle in our templates, it would be fairly simple to make, but that would be a custom
It's a
template.
custom
Well-
template, but and this is, I don't know if they can hear me or not, but
I think they can. Go ahead.
just if you say beagle, that does, I could go on and find a beagle, but you want a beagle that's sitting down, laying down, turning around, or whatever. So I have to
Yeah.
have a picture of what you want. So, and I don't have time to just go through a whole lot of clip art to pick out what I think you might like. So you have to send me the image or something similar and an email, and I will get back with you on the price and the art fee and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if nothing else, just make some sort of a sketch. Just take a pencil,
No.
make some sort of a rough sketch, take a picture of it and send it, and we'll try to find something that as close to that as we can get.
Go to Google, find the image that you like. If you just type in beagle, clip art, or line art, or silhouette, you will find a billion pictures. Pick out the one you want, email it to Vicky, or send her the link to it. That's the easiest way to do it. So,
And I can't make a template off of a snapshot, a picture,
a
live
video.
picture, yeah.
Yeah, or I mean
Picture.
a photograph.
Photograph, that's
Now, yeah, but what you can do is if you use rapid resizer or some type of call it converter. There are converters out there that you can upload your photograph, turn it into a line drawing. Then it's probably something that you can do, but that probably wouldn't translate real well to a layout template. So, anyway, all right, so that's that. That is it. So on Facebook, if you were on Facebook today, you know that I wrote that Dad has a big announcement.
So are you waiting for me to?
yes, announce.
You're
Okay.
up.
We've had some requests lately, or Vicky has. Somebody wanted to see more of me on camera.
It has been that way for several years.
Well, anyway, Vicky thought it'd be a good idea if we started filming me with some of my senior moments. And senior moments can be a number of things. It can be something out of my past. It could be something that I do. It could be something that I've designed that I can show you how I did it or why I did it. So we're going to come up with a series of once a week. I'm going to make a short video, 10, 15-minute video of something that's Dave's senior moments. Could be, like I say, could be anything. Could be something from my country music past. Could be something from something I've designed. Maybe just something that I remember from my childhood. Who knows? I probably won't sing any songs, but I may write a poem or two. Who knows? But anyway, look forward to the announcement. Is that starting I think tomorrow.
Yeah.
Will be every Saturday. I'll be putting some sort of a Dave's senior moment video, and I'm going to try to do something about this frog in my throat. I'm going to try to find something that will cure that, so that when I'm talking, you won't have to wonder what the hell I'm saying.
So if
anyway,
you guys,
that's the announcement.
So that's going to start tomorrow morning. We've already filmed the first episode, and there will be a playlist called Dave's Senior Moments. So you guys can always go back to that playlist. But tomorrow will be the very first one.
Dave Stover says, try bourbon.
Yeah, well,
I said that earlier.
But then I fall off the chair, and you couldn't hear me from under the table.
Good point.
You could hear us laughing, though.
Yeah, yeah. So, so that's something, and we've known this for a long time, and you guys know whenever I get a chance to get Dad in front of the camera, I try to do that, and you guys want to see more of Dad, so we finally convinced him to do a weekly.
I was just going to
Episode.
jump up and take my clothes off.
No.
And they said,
More.
no, that's not what we mean.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Joyce Ann says hot toddy. That you said hot toddy too. So
Yeah.
see, everybody has the same idea.
So the other thing that Dad didn't mention, if you guys have suggestions of something that you want to see or have Dad talk about, or or display,
He
or
said more on the tractor.
more on the tractor.
Somebody
More
said
on the
something about
tractor.
you with the laser, but
Yeah. Well,
We'll see.
that's
Well,
up to him.
I may show something on the laser because there's several things that I've designed that we don't even sell. It's just stuff that I've designed with the laser. And I may, at some point in time, I may do a short video on how I design something in Corel Draw. And then I take it to the laser and how I make it. And I think that would be of interest to you. So there's a number of things that I might do.
Okay, so
I might talk about my golfing experiences. In my past, I did a lot of golfing, but I never had a caddy. I always did my own caddying. So meant I raked my own traps and cleaned my own balls. So it's just
you knew that was coming.
I knew it,
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, go ahead, finish this, and then we've got questions.
Okay, so
I thought that was funny.
that was very funny. Everybody out there is dying right now. We have to give them a second to contain
If
themselves.
they don't know golf, they don't know what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Last week I talked about I was kind of getting to the point where I needed to rant about something. So I'm just going to talk for a couple minutes. Vicky's going to cut me off, I know, but I thought this was a good time to do it. You guys, I try to get Dad in front of the camera as often as I can. And every time I post something with Dad in it, there's a lot of you people that say, you're so lucky to still have him, 85 years old. And that's true. And a conversation that I had a couple weeks ago with somebody that I met for the first time that has a YouTube channel. Well, no, he doesn't have a YouTube channel. He's got an Instagram, but he's got a lot of followers. And I asked him why he does that. And he went through 4 different reasons why he does, why he actually posts videos on Instagram. But there was one reason that wasn't in those 4. The 5th reason I said, you really have another reason, because he has kids. I said, you need to get yourself on camera because future generations will get to see you on camera. So I'm very selfish in the fact that I want Dad on camera as much as possible, not just for me, but for my kids, my grandkids, and beyond. And you guys, I know that you guys, say how lucky I am to still have Dad, but understand too, you guys, if you guys are on YouTube right now, that means you're registered on YouTube. That means you have the availability to make videos. You're somebody's father, you're somebody's mother, you're somebody's sister, you're somebody's grandmother, grandfather, cousin, great aunt. You need to get on film because there'll be future generations that will get a chance to see you. We know right now that, you could take a video camera and take a video, but those get lost, they get destroyed or whatever. But once they're on YouTube, unless the apocalypse happens, they'll be there forever. You need to document, just get on camera because, what would it be like if we could see our great-great-grandparents?
Well, and I'm the lucky one because I've got my family, I've got everything that I work for, I've got my super son, so I'm really the lucky one. Even though my family thinks they're lucky, I'm really the lucky one.
But anyway, don't regret the fact that your father or grandfather or grandmother, they're not here anymore and you can't get them on film. Remember, you've got people that love you, that you're going to have descendants that want to see you on camera. They want to be able to say, I'm hoping right now, this being, September 6th, 2019, I know 40 years from now, 50 years from now, my great grandkids will be watching this. How cool is that? Okay.
It's not just a voice or a picture. They actually get to see you interact.
And they see,
Yeah, I got picture albums of me when I was like 3 or 4 years old, and my mother before I was even born.
Yeah.
And pictures are nice. It's nice to see that visual, but a video with the voice and the inflections, and it's just it's so far past
Yep.
the old picture albums that if you haven't done it, you need to do it.
Don't procrastinate. Life's too short. Make a video, get on and just give some of your random thoughts, whatever, so that your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids can see you and experience,
And if
your essence.
if you got a tractor, get out there and get on your tractor and have somebody take a film.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all I got. Questions?
How about,
Oh, you want to do the giveaway?
Want to give the shirt away?
Yeah. All right.
I do have a couple of questions.
All right. So let's give the shirt away.
Yeah.
So, you guys, and this is I came up with this trivia question. You guys, if you have been watching for a while, we've got a playlist called Dave's Memory Lane, where he has done a lot of sharing of his
Nobody
country.
has questions. They're all crying.
Oh, I'm sorry. So Dad has a huge collection. If you watch Dave's Memory Lane, he has a huge collection of country music people that he has met and has autographed signs. In that playlist, Dave's Memory Lane, the trivia question is, who has he made signs for that he has made videos on in that Dave's Memory Lane?
Only need one.
Just
Maybe
one. Just one of them. I think there's 8 or 10 or something like that.
All right. Johnny Cash. That's not one of the videos that you showed?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
Reba McEntire, Terry Eugene.
Reba McEntire.
I saw that video. That's the reason I knew it was real.
I did make a sign for Johnny Cash.
But it
But you
wasn't-
never got to
I'm
meet him,
surprised-
right?
Of course.
Oh, did you?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but no, but it wasn't on video.
Wasn't on video.
Yeah, you never made a video of
I
that.
don't know.
No.
Yeah, I don't
do.
think so. No. But Reba, yes.
Let's see.
In fact, I just posted it on Instagram the other day.
Yeah, and each one of those.
Congratulations,
I remember
Terry.
Johnny Cash, for instance. I was backstage with him at a concert. Spent about 20 minutes with him. They brought lunch back, and he told somebody to go out and get something for me because I was there. So, and there was each one that I've made a sign for has a special memory. And that's why that Dave's memory thing. I probably should do some more of those.
I think now you should integrate it into your senior moments.
Yeah, I think I probably will because
Yeah.
I've got so many. I've got literally hundreds of signs that I have autographed to me personally from the country music stars. And what I did, in case, for those of you who didn't know, is I would make a sign for them. And then I would make one for me that I would have them autographed for me for part of my collection. And
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
really some good memories.
Some great stuff.
So you have a lot of comments. I'm going to let you answer later.
Okay.
I saw. Somebody asked something a while ago.
Somebody asked something.
Well, the comments are just
Flying through.
exploding.
Yeah.
So they really like the idea of the Saturday.
Good.
Oh, good.
Good.
Good. It would
I'll
just
post it tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I think
That means it was all me. If you hadn't liked it, I'd blame it on Vicky.
I think you need to do bear.
Elmer and the
Elmer,
Bear.
Elmer and the
Elmer and the
Bear.
Bear, I can do that.
I do, and I've been saying that for years.
The only problem with that, I'll have to find out if it's copyrighted, because if I do something that's copyrighted,
Yeah, but-
It's for our personal. It's a person. You're not selling it.
yeah, it's true.
that's true.
But I've never ever heard
Okay, here it
anybody
is.
else.
Jim Clark says, David Eric, do you think a spiral upcut bit with an 1/8-inch shank is too small? I think it'll suffer from mental fatigue on hardwood.
No,
Uh,
no, it's
it-
not. It's
it-
depending on what you're doing with it. But
Yeah.
if you've got an 1/8-inch collet and you've got an 1/8-inch spiral upcut, go ahead and try to use it. You just can't push it hard, or it'll
Don't
break.
don't push it very hard, and try to get it in there as far as you can into the throat. Don't
Into
leave
the
any
collet.
into the throat, into the collet. Don't leave it out. The further out you leave it, the more deflection you'll get, and it might snap on you. But I think you can use that, Jim. Just don't try and push it too hard.
I've seen 1/8-inch spiral upcut bits in a Dremel, and Dremel now makes a lot of different attachments.
Yeah.
They have a little base.
Yeah.
And I've seen that used on a YouTube video where somebody was actually cutting something with it. It looked like
Yeah.
it was working
You
out
just-
real nice.
You just can't push
I
it
haven't
very
used
hard.
it myself, but I would say if you've got one, you're probably pretty safe in using it if you're careful.
Yeah.
Kim Nash is here from Ontario.
Hey, Kim.
A lot of people from Canada. I'm sorry, I'm trying to go through them, but they keep popping up here. DIY Wally with Wally says, just another reason we love you guys so much. Thanks for being so darn genuine.
You're welcome, Wally.
Well, he was faking that whole thing. Did you know that?
Stephen Coyne said, Vic,
He
Vicky,
he hates me. He doesn't like me at all.
Eric's gonna make it rain again. Joyce says your heart is so large. Let the emotions flow. Frank Jenkins says well said, and from the heart, Eric. Love you guys. Mark Dugan says I know that I've told you about having lost my father-in-law. I wish I had videos of him. I wish I had videos. I have one video of my mom. Renee says, you are so correct, brother. Our old home movies that Dad did all those years ago, we still have. Very good point.
Yeah.
You could get those on video, I think. I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
can have them put
you
on.
can have them put on.
Yeah.
On a
Yeah.
DVD or whatever, yeah.
Let's see.
As a matter of fact, I think
But
we did
there's-
have them on DVD.
Susan Alexander said, I wish I had videos of my husband, and I kept his voicemails. That's all I have, and I treasure them.
Yeah.
Dad, you did the best videos of all of us years ago. That was Renee.
Oh,
You have, Susan Alexander said, questions. We are all crying. Helen Stewart says, you have us all in tears out here. We love y'all. Frank Jenkins says,
Halibut.
yeah, when we were getting ready for things. Jim Clark says, the picture's fuzzy. I have something in my eye that's wet.
so what did
Thank
Bull
you,
say?
guys.
Bull-
Bull's not.
Bull's
I
fine.
think Bull is. Bull and Tabitha are. They're like out of state right now. They're on the road. I think so. I don't think
figured
they're
he'd
there.
say bullshit.
Yeah, well, he didn't. Todd Scholl says, Vicki and Eric, I got my new Amanda profile bit and I love them. Just wanted to let you know.
Good.
Tammy Rule says, oh my God, honey, you have a heart of gold, as well as your father and your wife. We all love all of you. You all have been doing something that we all admire and learn from. God bless you.
What a bunch of
Thank
neat
you.
people.
Very cool.
Carl Schultz says, Dave, I remember how bad your voice was after the CABG. Treatment of vocal cord paralysis from intubation after open heart surgery could be as simple as a voice therapy.
Huh.
Let's see.
That's interesting.
Well, it's been pretty much ever
Helen-
since my surgery, too.
Helen Stewart says, what's the Amana bit? Helen, we switched all of our other bits over to Amana.
So all of our bits now are made from Amana. That's the
They're
manufacturer.
basically the same bits, so they're just a different brand.
Yeah.
There's a little difference in some
Yeah.
of them,
They're better.
but they're better.
Yeah.
But I mean, the design of them is basically the same. But Some of them are slightly different, but
Yeah.
they're a better line of bits. The amount of bits are just excellent.
Frank says only 3 more weeks and I will be in heaven on earth.
Yeah, 3 weeks
Terry
from today.
Says, would you the three of you sign my shirts? Yes. And we will not sign it on the front. Up top, we're going to sign it on the back. I just don't like being signed front.
You're not going to give them the choice, huh?
No.
Okay.
Oh, Squid. What's it? Squid Bro. What's his
Squid
name?
Bro.
Scott. Scott
Was
says
it
he
Scott?
did his first table today. Yay! I want to see pictures.
Oh, terrific.
Keith Davenport says, any recommendation for material besides plastic for cutout templates? Plastic is expensive and
Yeah,
hard to source around me.
for cutout templates. Cutout templates.
Maybe you're.
We used MDF. They won't last very long, but I've used MDF templates for dozens and dozens of pieces. So cutout templates, 1/2 inch MDF. You can use. Oh gosh, you could use you could use plywood, but I would go with MDF. But you can get thicker or denser MDF as well. Xtera is a kind of like an MDF, but it's really dense. So that might work for you well too. But MDF, you should be able to get dozens of pieces. Just make yourself a few of them, and once it starts losing its shape, then just use another one. MDF is
If
cheap.
you're going to make it out of acrylic, be sure that you get cast acrylic, not extruded. Extruded acrylic is basically the same, but it's real brittle, and it'll break so easy. Cast acrylic will break, but it's a lot better if you're going to use acrylic. Use cast acrylic, not extruded.
Bruce also says you could use plastic cutting boards from Walmart.
Yeah, that's HDPE.
Well, the plastic cutting boards are HDPE. That's high density polyethylene. And be sure and look for that HDPE. That stuff is the best that you can get for making patterns.
Gary Zellner said, who won the shirt? Terry Eugene won the shirt.
Terry won, yep.
Helen Stewart says, I saw your tables, Vicki. They're beautiful. Gotta watch your video so I can do one. You gotta try them. They're so much fun. Dave Stover says he got back to the shop today after being out for 2 months with pneumonia.
Oh,
Ooh.
welcome back, Dave.
Okay.
I'm glad you're feeling better. So just a couple things. Monday's video, I'm going to do a little demo on carving that hummingbird that you guys saw last week. That's a little hummingbird with the hearts. So Vicki and I are actually working on that together. That'll be Monday's video. Wednesdays, I'm not sure yet. Dad's first video will be tomorrow morning. And, oh yeah, every once in a while I get emails from you guys, questions. I get dozens a day. But always, please, if you would remember, please be sure and put your name in there. Because a lot of times I'll get an email, and all I've got is an email address, and sometimes it doesn't show up as a name. And unfortunately, I'm old enough that I can't remember everybody's name by their email address. So always put your name in your email, please.
Susan Alexander asked what time for the video.
I'm going to post it 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning here. So by 4 a.m., it'll be up.
Okay, Frank. He
Okay.
said he's going to be ordering some bits, but he'll just pick them up.
Okay. All right. Anything else? So again, if you guys have suggestions of things you want to see on Dad's new
Senior moments.
senior moments, yeah, I had one. Yeah, I had one. If you guys have suggestions,
Well,
let him know.
yours is a brain fart.
Oh,
Mine's
okay.
a senior moment.
All right, maybe that's
I don't know. He's a senior now, too.
That's
yeah, that's true. 55 and above.
no 65.
Well, I can
And
get
how come
senior
we get
discounts
Senior discounts.
at restaurants. I can get a senior discount at 55,
Well,
and a senior discount at
go to
the theater.
Wikipedia. Go to Wikipedia.
I don't trust Wikipedia.
Wikipedia says
Oh, what do they do?
anybody 65 years or older is considered a senior citizen.
Well,
Carl Schultz says, quick film quick snippets of you doing your chores and hobbies.
Yeah.
Chores.
Chores?
Do I
What's
have
that?
chores?
He doesn't
Gary,
need no
when
stinking
did you
chores.
place an order? I haven't. Did you ship my order yet? When did you place your order?
Who's this?
Gary Zellner.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Frank, you can write off your seminar. Oh, your whole trip.
Absolutely.
Um,
But we're not tax people.
Susan Alexander says 65 is the new 40.
65's the new 40, yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Terry, send me an email so that I know that I have all of your information. And Gary Zellner, send me an email so. Show one of Dave under the table?
Something about drinking bourbon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be about the only time Dave's under the table.
Yeah.
But, all right, guys.
Dave's
let's
not a
wrap it up.
drinker. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in and spending a little time on Friday with us or Saturday morning, depending on where you're at. We appreciate it. We love you all. Give us some feedback.
Thumbs up.
Any questions? Yeah, any questions? Obviously, Eric at makeawoodsign.com. I answer questions every day.
If you haven't subscribed, go down there and click on the subscribe button.
Yes, please. We would love it. That's it. I guess that's it, right?
Yep, that's it.
All right, guys.
Say
Thanks
goodnight,
again.
Tracy.
Have a
Okay.
great weekend.
Wrap it up.
We love you.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Good night.